Mount St. Helens, one of the most historic volcanoes in the United States, has returned with a fury. After decades of silence, in 2025, the world witnessed a new eruption reminiscent of the dark events of 1980, when its summit exploded and transformed the modern geological map. In mid-March 2025, the summit of Mount St. Helens began emitting white smoke. At first, it was faint, like a gentle breath from the Earth's interior. But to scientists, this was a serious signal. A signal that a long-sleeping giant was now stirring. The white smoke was more than just water vapor. It carried sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, and other dangerous compounds. Underground, magma was slowly rising, pressing against layers of rock. This pressure created new cracks, and each crack became a pathway for gas to escape. Within 2 weeks, hundreds of micro-earthquakes were recorded. The tremors were imperceptible to humans, but machines heard them clearly. The Earth was speaking. In early April 2025, the white smoke turned gray. The temperature around the crater rose dramatically, reaching over 600 degrees Celsius. Thermal cameras showed a new hotspot on the northwest flank. This pattern is reminiscent of the start of the major eruption in 1980. The government immediately raised the volcano's alert level to alert level. A massive evacuation began. Thousands of residents from around the volcano were moved to emergency posts. And then, on April 15, 2025, there was a massive explosion. The summit of St. Helens collapsed, unleashing a lateral eruption of terrifying force. A wave of heat and ash shot out at speeds of over 300 kilometers per hour. The forest surrounding the mountain was instantly flattened. The sound of the eruption was heard for hundreds of kilometers. Scientists warn that volcanic ash lingering in the atmosphere could disrupt the climate, lowering regional temperatures and even triggering a brief winter in North America. In mid-March 2025, the white smoke at the summit of St. Helens was just the beginning of a major disaster. Within weeks, the Earth demonstrated its power. This eruption reminded us, humans are mere guests on a planet in constant motion. Meanwhile, in January 2025, scientists at the Yellowstone Volcano Observatory began recording an increase in micro-earthquakes. From the usual dozens, hundreds of small tremors were now occurring each week. Although unnoticeable to humans, the data indicated increased underground activity. In February, the earthquakes became more pronounced. Some tremors reached magnitude 4.5, enough for visitors to feel. Rumbling sounds could be heard from beneath the earth. Small cracks appeared around the Norris Geyser Basin. Hot water gushed higher than usual. The national park closed several tourist trails. A sense of anxiety began to grip the surrounding community. The peak occurred in April 2025. Within 48 hours, Yellowstone was rocked by more than 200 small earthquakes. 2 of them reached magnitude 5.2, the largest in decades. Buildings around West Yellowstone shook, windows rattled, and some roads cracked. For locals, this was a tense moment. For scientists, it was valuable data, a sign of the movement of hot fluids, possibly magma, deep within the Earth. Was this a sign that Yellowstone was about to erupt? Scientists said. Not necessarily. Earthquakes in Yellowstone can be triggered by hydrothermal fluids, not just magma. However, the fact that the number of these was increasing put everyone on alert. GPS sensors showed the ground rising 3 to 5 centimeters in some spots. This meant something was pushing up from below. Pressure was building. However, some hot springs changed color. The mineral content and temperature increased dramatically. This phenomenon confirmed the suspicion. Yellowstone was in a phase of increased activity. The local government declared a state of alert. Evacuation drills were conducted. Everyone is urged to prepare even though there are no definite signs of a major eruption. Under Yellowstone, there is a magma chamber that stretches 55 kilometers. Most of it is still solid, with only about 10 to 15% being liquid. That's enough to generate a small eruption, even a hydrothermal vent. However, for a super eruption, special conditions are needed that are extremely rare. In the silence of the Hawaiian night, a distant rumbling can be heard from the depths of the earth. This is the story of a volcano, its legendary name, Kilauea. Tonight, it speaks again through its eruption. Suddenly, the magma found an outlet. Within seconds, a stream of lava spewed upward, creating a column of fire and sparking incandescent rock. Lava shot into the air in a high ejection, forming a fountain that pierced the darkness of the night. Sparks of hot rock, gas, and pyroclastic clouds mingled into a fiery vortex that burned bright red. A thick column of ash and gas rose, casting a red-orange glow into the sky. Incandescent rock was thrown in all directions, accompanied by a loud, thunder-like echo from deep within the earth. These eruptions carry invisible hazards. Fine volcanic ash and toxic gases, sulfur dioxide and others, can be carried long distances by the wind. Small particles can damage respiratory tracts, electronics, and crops. Local wind trends can carry these particles to distant villages, although the lava itself may not directly impact settlements. Ash clouds can also disrupt aviation and visibility. Furthermore, incandescent rocks or lapilli ejected during the eruption could fall into the area surrounding the crater. Bystanders must be kept away from the danger zone. Safety is the priority. Conditions can change rapidly in a matter of minutes.